How significant a game is this for you?
Well, it is a big one, there's no question about that. It's a big one because the record down there in the last 8 years has been poor. We've managed 3 or 4 draws or something like that, but we've lost a few, and given that our record down there up until then, it was a fantastic record, probably our best record away from home. But it's a different Chelsea anyway. It's a very tough team to beat on their own ground. Their home record tells you that. But, you know, I'm going into the game with a strong squad, with a confident squad, and we know it's not going to be easy, but if you're going to go there, you want to go there when you're in good form, and we are in good form.
They're just coming, that's okay, Paul. They're just coming out of their bad spell, they seem to feel.
Well, it's possible, you know, I mean, we all have these spells. When we had it early on, we're giving points away, and it's, we're not any different from everyone else. We analyse how we've dropped the points, why we've dropped the points. You're always looking for the reasons, and I'm sure Carol and Charlotte will be doing exactly the same as we were doing. And you know, I think you've got to recognise that this is a tougher week we've got now. It seems to be, to me anyway, you've got that middle group of the league now, that's sort of concertina, that seems to be going up and down a little bit. Look at, for instance, last week, if Blackburn beat Bolton to go 5th, instead they lost in the 10th and Sam gets a sack. That's how stupid the league is. You know, it's not a, it's an unforgiving league now. You make mistakes, it costs you.
Is it possible to put your finger on why United haven't had a good record for the last 8 years or so at Chelsea?
I think that when Jose Mourinho came there, he made sure they were very, very solid at home. Great home record in his time, and that's carried on. So that, and they're a very experienced side, Chelsea. You've got to recognise that too. I think the last 6 years has been, and as far as the league's concerned, has been about Manchester United and Chelsea. So you know you're going to get tough games.
And injury-wise, you mentioned about Paul Scholes there. You think until the new year he might not be back? Did you say?
I think we should get ready for the new year. It should be available for the new year. Yeah.
There was talk, and I don't know whether it's right or not, about because of the midfield injury situation that Tom Cleverley might be recalled. Is there anything in that?
No, we've not made any decision on that. I think that in the situation that we're going in anyway, I don't think we'd want to cause them any, you know, problems with that. You know, they've got a fight at the bottom of that league at the moment, so it's not an issue with us at the moment. If we were to get a lot of injuries between now and the middle of January, then it may change. But I think we would like Tom to stay at Wigan, because you know we have a good relationship with him, and he's doing well, and he's getting a game every week, which is important.
And scoring goals for them as
and well. He is a good record as a midfield scorer, and he's done very well, the lads.